Okay friends, I want to show you an interesting tools that I found thanks to my friend Stefan Kohler that suggested me to use it to try this new tool called Infinite Goethe. What can I say about my process and how this tool is important during my coloring process? I want to show you an example. This is one of my latest image. I decided to rearrange in terms of retouching, in terms of integration, artificial intelligence with photography, and in terms of coloring also. Why? Because the original image was this at the beginning. This is an image I shot a couple of years ago for a wedding editorial, but I decided to try to do something different. This could be an example to show you how we can recover an image from the past and we can rearrange completely in a different way. How? Like this. So, what I did with artificial intelligence, I decided to change completely the background, and this was possible thanks to Nano Banana Pro in this case, and generative fill, adding some lake water here, and look at the reflection of the model in the water. This is amazing, and this is one of the main feature that I love in generative fill in Photoshop. So I created a Zen garden. Nothing changed because here we can see the shadows, everything else. Okay, but I don't want to be focused on retouching. I want to be focused on coloring, because at this point the first thing I did was to add an action from Only the Curious by Bela Kotak, and in this case is an action by Kate Woodman, Femme Fatale. This is one of the action I love the most. The effect is quite good, so what I did was to add a new curves adjustment layer to recover the luminosity, and maybe the result is perfect, it's good. So the question is, why to lose time trying something different, or what can I do more to improve the image? And now, if you see with Infinite Goethe, boom. Okay, what I mean is that with Infinite Goethe we can have the accuracy of the colors following the color psychology. This is important. So look at the greens here. Yes, I love the result, but if I use Infinite Goethe, I can improve the colors, but the balancing between the colors. Okay, inside I have a group where inside I have a 50% gray layer with blending mode in linear light with a mask, because I decided to hide the effect on the dress, because I wanted to preserve the white of the dress. But what the panel did was this. Okay, so if you see, I can see the differences in the greens, and now the image is perfectly balanced. So how did I get this result using Infinite Goethe, and where is Infinite Goethe? Because here on my plugin panels I don't see Infinite Goethe. In fact, Infinite Goethe is a standalone application that we can integrate with Photoshop. How? Let's see. I want to start again with my original image, this. So I open Infinite Goethe and look at how it's extremely easy to work. Now I can, if I want, I can open the image on my hard drive, but if I have my image open in Photoshop, inside Infinite Goethe, I click Photoshop. And now I have here the image that is open in Photoshop. Now I can click Auto. This is the panel, so I can see all these three different sections where I can see the color histogram. And here I have the tools I can use for do the magic. So what I mean is, here I can see everything I need. Accented analogous. I can click monochromatic if I want to make the image with monochromatic color. And here I can move around the color wheel, okay, until I find the result I prefer. Here I want to click prioritize skin tones, so I don't lose the skin tones of my model. And look at that, I can see a lot of different possibilities I can use if I want to use a monochromatic color scheme. Look, okay? Look at that. At all the things we can do. If I press the space bar on my keyboard, I can see immediately the before and the after, okay? I don't care about the color reflection here on the dress because I can mask the effect, so I will not keep the wedding dress in the red color. It's not a problem. So look at that, the possibilities we have. So I can choose monochromatic, but I can choose also the complementary colors. So red is complementary to the green, and look all the things we can do. We can play in a very creative way with the colors, but the colors are perfectly matched between them. This is important because I no more need to balance the colors only with my eyes, because I can see the colors exactly how they are. I need to match them in a perfect way. And Infinite Goethe, in my opinion, is the perfect tool to match the colors. In my routine, I prefer to start coloring before. Like in my case, immediately I used an action, a curves adjustment layer to balance, and then I applied Infinite Goethe. Just to balance the previous effect I used using femme fatale action. And then, like in this example, at last I decided to use another action, Burton Realism, just to match better the colors, the last curves adjustment layer, and in this case the image was ready. But now we can do, starting from this, now we are at this point. But what if I choose split complementary? Look, it's obvious I can exaggerate and I can create unreal colors. It's okay, but it's not my case because I want to be as much realistic as possible. So I understand perfectly that I can stay, maybe look at that, in this part of the color wheel. Okay, if I click here, I can see the before and the after in low resolution. Here it's obvious, but the image is in high resolution when I export on Photoshop, and just to test and see perfectly the changes on the color of the image. Look at that. Okay, or I can choose the triads, maybe it's better. Look, okay, but I can move also like in this way until I find the result I love the most. Also this. So the green, the purple and the oranges here. So everything is extremely balanced. Or the T threads. And then I can extend the possibilities. Look, honestly, I love this kind of effect. And maybe if I want to choose this, what can I do now? How can I use this image with the effect on Photoshop? Here, look at that. I can choose PNG or JPEG low resolution, or I can save the image as a LUT for PSD. I can choose the PSD using the masks, or I can choose this PSD, and if I click immediately I open the image in Photoshop. Look at that. And this is the result. So now we have only the original image, and now I can see the image with Infinite Goethe. Look at that, before, after, before, after, before, after. In this case, I applied Infinite Goethe on the original image without using any action. But you are completely free to do all the things you want. This was an example applying Infinite Goethe on a flat image. So the result is amazing, and everything here, all about color, is completely balanced. Thanks to the algorithm inside Infinite Goethe. This is important to know. So the choice I do is not made by my eyes, but it's made by the algorithm inside the tool. This is important. So I can choose if I want to keep Infinite Goethe on a flat image, or if I want to add an action with an adjustment layer and then applying Infinite Goethe. Look at that. So we have two different solutions that we can use thanks to the new tool that I'm starting to use. So this was my first image. I want to test again this tool on a lot of different images just to understand. But what can you say that this can be the final step for balancing the colors in your image. But if you use actions before, or if you want to apply directly Infinite Goethe, like in this case, on a flat image, like this, okay? I hope you will find interesting this new process and this new tool, because I think I will use on every single image I will edit, because I need a perfect tool to balance the color. Because I don't want to do my choices only by my eyes. I need something more accurate. And I think using the algorithm inside Infinite Goethe, I think I can get a very interesting results. So what can I say more? We have to enjoy using this new tool. Thanks to Stefan Köhler to suggest me this new amazing tool. I want to try again on a lot of different images. So see you next time, friends.